Alright everybody, here's a final update on my B9 robot. I'm buttoning it up, getting it finished. The only thing I have to do is glue the top of the torso on, and I think he turned out pretty nice. The only thing I had to change on the robot is the legs. I have two kits. The problem I had is I painted the legs with a medium gray and it kept flaking off, and I tried everything to keep the paint on and it just wouldn't stay on. So thank God I bought two kits. This took a while to build the robot, but he turned out pretty nice. As you can see here, he can turn. Up here on top, this turns as well. Couple little features that the robot has that I think is pretty cool. Down here there's a little door on the programming bay, and it opens up to show the programming bay, and I think that's pretty cool. Try to get them closed again. These toothpicks, there we go. That's a pretty cool little feature that the robot has. And then up here I'll point out what I did with the electronics. As you can see, on the inside here, the front, I got the torso lighting. Behind that is the light to sound unit, and behind that is the speaker. And the only thing is I only have 4 tracks. The unit that I used can only record 20 seconds. Once I glue the torso top part on and hook him up to some power, I'll film that. He's a cool robot. I mean, I give Moebius thumbs up. They did a great job in detail. And once I build the other kit, I'll have to fix the legs on it. I got an idea of maybe doing something to fix them. Clean the paint off, do whatever I have to do to get it back to this color. That's the color that they came in the model. It also says it in instructions that you can keep it this color, which I should have done, but I didn't. I took that challenge of changing the color, and it looked good at first with the videos I filmed, but the paint just kept flaking off. But I figured I'd share this with everybody on my final build up on the robot. And once I get him hooked up to some power, I'll film that. I have the head display here with one 805 SMD. It does a fine job. I didn't do anything fancy to the brain. I just got one SMD in there and it lights up just fine. And the torso lighting kit that's in there, it looks pretty cool. And the sound to light unit. Like I said, he turned out pretty nice. I figured I'd share this with everybody on my final part of building this robot. And once I hook him up to power, I'll film that. And the next thing I got to do with the robot is make a base up for him. I got an idea for that, and I will have him setting on a base. I figured I'd film this today and share this with everybody. And it was a nice little challenge with the robot, and I'm glad to say he's finally finished. And everybody have a good day. Alright everyone, I'm down in the spray booth and I'm getting ready to spray the base that I've made up for the robot. This is the rock that's going to be behind the robot. It's going to sit right here. I have another rock here, and I have one here that will just sit on the base, that will cover up the sound card. I'll have it mounted here. I have this part masked off because I'm going to hot glue the sound card onto it, and the wire will run through here and up to the robot. It'll cover up real nice. I'm going to use a few colors on the base to give it like a you know, a scene from one of the episodes. I'm going to use some grays and medium grays and light grays and maybe some earth tone colors, and then like maybe use a rust color to give it some red look to it. I'll experiment a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Primer it all up first, and then apply the paints that I'm going to use, see how it turns out. And I figured I'd give this update to everybody on the base for the robot, and everybody have a good day. Alright everybody, here's another update on the robot base. I have it primered up, and it's amazing what primer would do. It'll bring out the detail very well. It turned out really nice. The rock that's going to be behind the robot, this rock here, and then this rock here I have that's going to go over the sound card. It turned out really nice with a coat of primer. And I'm going to get ready now to apply the paint to the rocks and the base. The colors I'm going to use is a Euro 1 gray. It's a dark gray. I think the darkest that they have. I'm going to use a dark earth. It's a nice tone color there, not too dark, and some sand and light ghost gray. May add a few more colors to it, but I think around the bottom part of the rock and certain areas on the rocks I'm going to use the Euro 1 gray and highlight it some and move up from there. The same with this rock here and the one that goes over the sound card. So I'm going to get ready and get that started. I figured I'd share this with everybody on the base for the robot. Primered it all up. It looks real good. And next step is I'm going to paint it, and I'll film that when I'm done with the results with that. And everybody have a good day. Alright everybody, back on my base for the robot. I'm finished with it. Glad that it took me 2 days to do this project. I started it yesterday and brought it down to the spray booth today and primered it all up, painted it, and turned out pretty nice. The brick, the rock that's behind the robot, the paints that I used were right here, Euro 1 gray, sand, and dark earth, and I did use flat black. The black is used to go around the side of the base, and I'll turn the base around a little bit so everybody can get a look at it. I think the color tones turned out really nice. For a few dollars for buying that can of foam to make up a rock formation for a base for the robot, I think it turned out just fine. On the bottom of the rock here, I hit it with all the way around it, I hit it with the Euro 1 gray, and above that I hit it with some dark earth, and on top of the stone I hit it with sand, and I think it just turned out really decent. When I take this upstairs and take it into another room and have better lighting, I'll I'll film it up there as well with the robot on it. I'm going to probably let the base set for a couple of days to let it get a good drying to it before I put the robot on it. This is the other piece right here that goes right here, covers up the sound card, and I think it turned out pretty nice. The colors just turned out really swell for the colors I choose for the rocks. I figured I'd share this with everybody. I think it turned out really good. Once I get the robot on the base and have him all hooked up to his power, it's going to really look really nice, and I'll film that as well. But this project's done. It didn't take me but 2 days, and I figured I'd share this with everybody on the base for the robot. And everybody have a good day. Alright everybody, here's another update on my Robot B9. I finished the base over the weekend. I don't have him hooked up to any power yet. The base turned out really great. I'll attach this to the videos I made up working on the base this weekend, so everybody can get a general idea of what the robot's going to look on his base. I'll zoom in here a little bit. He's going to have 2 rocks in the front. One to his left and to his right. Underneath this rock here will be his sound card. Backside is the other rock that I did. It turned out pretty nice. I'm impressed with that foam. For a little over $4 a can, it does a great job to give you any kind of type of rock you want to make up. It's real light. It doesn't have any weight to it at all. The foam was really easy to work with. Once I get him hooked up to his power and have him hooked up and working, I'll record that as well. But I figured I'd share this with everybody on the B9 robot and his base that I made up for him. I just don't know how this is going to turn out too much with the lighting that I have right now. But I'll just attach this to the other videos that I made up of the robot's base. Another shot here. Zoom in a little bit more here on the rock. And I will say this robot's almost done. I should have it done by this weekend coming up. And everybody have a good day.